Hey, this is Kevin again. I'm really proud to show my successor armies. I decided to do two of them. One is the Antagonid army, and the other one is the Seleucid. I have to say, this is really the true Game of Thrones. Fascinating history. I've bought several of the books that are out there that I really enjoy: Dividing the Spoils, The Wars of Alexander, Succession, Antagonid, The One Eye, The Heirs of Alexander. I mean, it really plays out almost like the movie. I have to tell you, it's fascinating history. So I'm looking forward now to showing the size of the armies, at least two of them. There's four in total. I hope you enjoy. This time I'm showing off my successor armies, two of three. I couldn't get three on the table, and that looked a little bit ridiculous. Maybe the battle of three armies. But I put two of them out here. And you know what's nice about the successor armies is that you can mix and you can match and build just about any type of successor army that you wish, if you have core sets of units. Pike, spear, heavy cavalry, medium, light, elephants. You can kind of mix and match. The two that I put out here are the Seleucids and Humanus. So what we're looking at here is the Seleucid armies. From the side, I'll get different shots from different angles, but they are two very, very large armies in their own right. So this is the Seleucid heavy cavalry unit, or units, cataphracts, and Ajima cavalry. There are various different light infantry units, chariots. I really enjoyed putting those together. Very colorful, but wanted it to look a little bit more Greek than Persian. But I think the pike block looks fantastic. So it's really colorful, deep, and a lot of people ask me how did I mount them, and I mounted them on 80 millimeter frontage and 80 millimeter depth. So there's about 24 to 32 figures per pike block. And the elephants I've used just a good old standard Essex that I had just thrown in there. But I think it's a nice looking force. Also, the heavy cavalry that's in opposition to the Seleucids. A little bit different makeup, more companion Ajima cavalry, some other heavy cavalry units, not as many cataphract heavy as the Seleucids, but backed up by lights, backed up by a strong force of elephants in the rear that they used oftentimes as a blocking force if cavalry kind of came through. But there, of course, are the famous silver shields, which used to be Alexander's hypaspis. And then, of course, my elephants from Zeiston. I really enjoyed painting those. And then, of course, there's the Antagonid pike line as well. One of the figures that I really liked itself, I took a picture of him, but it came from Zeist Miniatures, and I have to say I really enjoyed how they did him. So these are my Seleucid elephants with war towers. I'm actually going to be building another probably 6 to 8 of them. It's something I never had much of. I had mostly Indian smaller elephants, but I'd like to have a few more with the towers. You'll have to forgive me, my terrain isn't the most professional. I probably should start working on that, but I've focused more on the miniatures, but I know that I need to maybe upgrade the terrain a little bit of what I have. But I just put them out here, just different units that were in the Seleucid army. Placed them out here the way that they might have been in real life, with cavalry on the flanks, one flank being stronger than the other. The Seleucids had a little bit of a different battle tactic than the antagonists or humanists. They all had something a little bit different. But I think that you get an idea of what they all look like, and how they might have fought. Skirmish line up front with elephants, pike, and spear holding the flanks. This is the figure of antagonist. I think it's a brilliant figure from Zeist. Loved painting him up. I just decided to do a couple of still shots, Greek-like cavalry. I've kind of put the caption on each picture, but giving you some close-ups of the army. You know, this was built probably over I want to say a 10-year time span. So sometimes my painting style has changed, or I've picked up some figures here and there. But you know, it all seems to work together. I've really enjoyed seeing them on the table, and it's almost frightening to think that there's another Diadochi or Successor army in the bogs. So I'm excited about putting those out to show that as well. That of Pyrrhus or the Pontic armies. I know in the video here I've interchanged antagonists with humanists many times, so please forgive me. This was supposed to be antagonists' army, but it could have been humanists as well, but didn't change much. Anyway, I wanted to put it out there, and it's just my artist rendition of what I felt these armies looked like. I enjoyed painting them. Of course, there's a lot of artistic license here. I used mostly Zeist figures. There are some Essex mixed in here. But I think that's pretty much it. Those two companies that I have used. Not too many Essex anymore. Only a few. But most of them are from Zeist. And I hope that you've enjoyed looking at them. If you have any suggestions for me, or if I've done something wrong, believe me, I've had a few phone calls on my 7-year war armies of calls and emails about flag placements and how the units should have looked and what I could have done better or different. And I accept and love all of those comments, because all I can do is just learn. And that's all about it, right? When we as wargamers and historians and collectors share the knowledge with each other, I think that's beautiful. I never am offended. I actually enjoy it and appreciate my fellow gamers sharing their knowledge with me. Thank you very much for joining me on this, and I'll see you very soon in the next video.